rolling along here, just a little bit of roster talk in terms of, where we've gone through now 11 days of practice. Has any of your roster predictions shifted in terms of how many they might keep at a certain spot? Like, for example, offensive linemen. Are you feeling at all like that could be 10, 11, 9, anything like that? Corners, wide receivers, you were on 5. Is there a chance you're at 5, a 6? What do you think?
Definitely not on wide receiver. I'm not
No,
going
you're not
6.
coming off that.
No. Well, I think a lot of people don't realize how manipulative you can be with the practice squad now. You don't need to do it. And my thing is, they probably don't want to give up on Ty Robinson. They probably don't want to put Uar Bernard on waivers. So that means you're keeping 6 defensive tackles. Vic said, don't sleep on Chance Campbell. I don't think he wants to cut him. It's not his decision, but Small Munden had a good day of practice today, by the way. I don't think they want to cut him, so that would be 5 linebackers. Safety, early on, I only did 1 pre-camp, and I had Cole Wisniewski. He's got no shot right now to be on the roster. More likely to be on injured reserve, I would think, than anything else. But they'll keep 4 safeties. Offensive line, I had 10. I'll keep him at 10. Might be a little bit different. I had Miles Hinton. He's probably not going to make the team. Willie Lampkin probably is, I would think, unless he craps the bed. I had 5 edge defenders. And they're going to keep 5 edge defenders. 4 tight ends. They might only. I'm counting Cam Latu as a tight end. If you do that, I think they will keep 4. Wide receivers, I had Johnny Wilson on and Hollywood Brown. I might change that to Darius Cooper and Elijah Moore. Running backs are locked in. And quarterback, they're not keeping 4. I had them keeping 4 originally. Even though I knew they wouldn't keep 4, I added the context. They're probably going to trade one of Tanner McKee and Andy Dalton. And that still could be the case. But, that's up to Cole Payton. He's going to play a lot. And if he plays well, and they don't want to put him on waivers, they're going to keep him, obviously. So then they really got to amp up their efforts to trade either Tanner or Andy. And if they can't, they got to keep 4, which they probably don't want to do. So not much has changed other than the receivers, some Darius Cooper and Elijah Moore changing the process there, some of the back end offensive linemen. I still think they'll keep Micah Morris, even though he hasn't done much.
Yeah, just because he's a draft pick, basically.
Yeah.
Other draft picks from previous years, they haven't done much yet, right? Hinton and Williams.
No, I don't expect either of them to make the team. They'll probably try to get him back on the practice squad. But, they might want a new scenario for their careers. So that's a 2-way street. Boy, I'm looking at my original defense, and I don't think I'd change anything except the 4th safety and take Cole Wisniewski out and put Andre Sam in. Everything else, I think I got locked down on defense already.
Pretty good. Interesting. All right, John, we'll see what ends up happening with that, obviously, as camp continues to roll along. I didn't even realize they're talking about football in the chat, John. There's a game on right now, dude. There's preseason football on right now. Did you know this? I knew there were some games tonight. I didn't know there was 7 o'clock, though.
Sorry, I'm just looking at Terrion Arnold.
Yeah, I just saw
Continues
that.
his visit tour.
No, he
So-
signed.
Oh, he signed.
He signed.
Oh,
with
he
the
signed with
Seahawks.
the Seahawks. Oh, so he's okay. Yeah, obviously talented kid, but he didn't play well in Detroit. I think people don't realize that.
Well, he didn't
But-
play well for a first round pick, but is he a solid corner? That's like kind of one of those things we
I saw
talk
him
about.
play quite a bit because Detroit was, relevant. It wasn't good. Now it's very early in his career. That doesn't mean can't turn it around, and that's a good place to go. That's a very good defensive team, very good defensive coach.
I mean, they do have Witherspoon, Job, obviously Woolen left there, so maybe it's a replacement for a depth corner.
Yeah,
there.
exactly. I would think it would start with that, but obviously he's got more physical gifts than Josh Job, so maybe he can overtake Josh.
I don't know. I thought didn't they give Josh pretty good money?
Yeah, but I mean, you need three corners the way they play. They had three
true.
last year. So he'd still be playing, but you just kind of if
Will Arnold project inside at all?
I don't think so, but stranger things have happened. They play a lot differently too. That they play a lot of big nickel with Worry. Sort of a hybrid player. So it'll be interesting. That's a good place for him to land, though, because that's a really good defensive mind.
I don't know what's happening with those cases. I mean, boy, the world.
Yeah, I know that's still
it's
up in the air. Obviously, a bunch of teams visited with him. They must feel pretty comfortable that, certainly
the world's got to get out of the whole guilty until proven innocent thing that we've seemingly have
Yeah.
kind of gotten into. I mean,
well,
some
they do,
allegations
yeah.
are announced, and people run to some crazy conclusions.
Yeah, they do. So, he's always going to get a second chance because he's too gifted not to. But, the Eagles, and this is before he had any issues or allegations, most people thought Terrion Arnold was better than Quinyon Mitchell. The Eagles made the right decision. They could have picked either. And they made the right decision. Because that battle's not close. Maybe he'll get better, but he's not Quinyon Mitchell. Not even close.
Agree with that. Not even close. All right. Chosen One John checks in super chat. We're going to wrap it up a little earlier tonight, folks. We got a full show in the morning on Birds 365. I apologize for starting late. Cousin called me into action, John. She said, I got a flat tire. I'm 10, 15 minutes from your house. Popped over, got it done, made it back.
Nice.
So
that's quick, man. That's quick. You caught me off guard because you said 6:15 too. So.
Yeah, I made it back, man. I think I got that thing done in like 8 minutes, John. I was actually pretty proud of myself.
You're like a
John
pit crew.
says this. Yeah, pit crew. The greatness of the Steve Young and Josh Allen disciple will be in full effect. We will rise.
We're on the Cole Payton bandwagon.
Is this Brian?
What is this a new name for JD or what is it with all these niche players that everybody latches onto?
I don't know. It's a good question.
It's always, hopefully he makes the team. You got to temper your goals between.
I'm wondering
Steve
if
Young
Andy Dalton's
and
going to freaking retire.
Who?
Andy Dalton.
Yeah. No, Andy's. Hey, again, if it's a meritocracy, Andy's the number 2 quarterback. I think he will be the number 2 quarterback. But we still got a long way to go. If he plays poorly in the preseason, that can change. And maybe Tanner picks it up when it's real, when the games are real or somewhat real in the preseason. So that could change. But, yeah, Cole Payton's a developmental prospect in the best case scenario.
He's going to give us some entertainment on Saturday night. That's my prediction, John.
Oh yeah, he can run. He can run. And if there is one thing I could say, and I've said it this week a couple times, I'm going to say it again. All reps are not created equal. don't get fired up with third team against third team and pretend that that's the same as first team against first team. It's not. All reps are not created equal. So be careful. Be careful out there. Making your grandiose judgments off fourth quarter preseason games.